like a hurricane. Race cars, lasers, aeroplanes. Lights on a mystery. We'll be right here.
It's your boy Matt,
It's your boy Gio,
and we the dad of the day.
Damn. Oh, woo, woo, woo. That sounded so terrible.
It sounds so choppy, dog.
Yeah, did eat the dead.
Right,
Okay,
Oh, well.
so for those of you who are listening to this, you might be thinking to yourself, what sounds different? And the difference is, obviously, we had to get Matt here without getting him here because of the whole quarantine and things. So he is on a Skype call. But the cool thing about that is that we are also simultaneously recording our first video for Dads of the Deal. You feel me though? So
It's crazy right now.
we're testing a bunch of stuff given the distance and all that, but we still want to keep the show going. Matt, what do you got to drink and eat?
Bruh, I got me a little bit of Sangrilla,
Oh, I see
my
it.
mason jar, got a little ice
Ooh.
on it, and some salt and vinegar chips.
Salt, vinegar chip. Okay. Ooh, hold that
Oh,
thought.
that's
See,
more
I got Sangrilla in my chalice, and I got some flaming hot Cheetos. So
we gonna be
okay, so you made fun of me for that combination, my combination. But it seems like you have an interesting combination too. Salt and vinegar with
I just wanted something to crunch. I was actually gonna get a bowl of cereal, bro, but I was like, that's probably too
too
much.
crunchy. And then it already's all choppy because of the audio and the yeah, you're probably right on that one. That's a good decision. Cheers, man. Cheers.
Cheers, me for that. Little-
Ah.
Dang. Well, we'll see how this goes, y'all, man. I hope y'all enjoy the show.
I think so. The microphone is all up on the if I can take a picture, although I don't have my phone, because this also gives us a chance to not get distracted while the other person is talking and be on our phone, right? Because now we're using our phone to Skype.
Exactly.
For now.
Unless we get
my if I can show you guys the setup that I have here, like if I can get my camera out and take a picture of it, it's pretty ambitious for the little that we got.
We're doing big things with little things,
so
baby. Big things with little things. I know. That's
How
all
you holding up, man? How you holding up in this quarantine and things?
Man, bro. So what was the last episode? Corona and things? So it's like today's gotta be
The last episode that we did was Corona and things, and then I did like a Q&A with Dom. I tried to
Ask
do
a 5-year-old. Right. So I'm doing good. Dang, I just realized my watch is broke. Let me show y'all, bro. Can y'all see that jump? Oh, dang. I'm screwed. It's all good. It's only cost me $20
That's
from
how you
Target.
start the first episode.
Right.
So you can see where we start from.
This is where we at, y'all.
Starting. We starting
So,
at the bottom.
So we've been locked up in our house. Not locked up, doing essential things, whatever. This is the second full week where we've been in our crib. We've been quarantined. We've been washing our hands all the time. We've been cleaning stuff. We're starting to kind of die down on the washing every 5 minutes, wiping everything down every 5 minutes.
Seriously,
But,
we're actually doing that?
My mama was all in it, bro. My mama was like, I gotta clean this place up. We gotta, wash our hands every time we come back in the house. It was pretty intense last week. So we found a little, we found a normal.
Okay.
And we're good. So today, actually, if you're from Broward County, you may have heard that they made it official today. So, now we're pretty much, we have to do what we've already been doing. So it's been good because we've had to get creative with it, how we spend time with the kids. And honestly, bro, I'm not losing my mind. I think you've kind of been mentioning this. You've been mentioning it time, like how you're enjoying it, right? So for me, I'm like, I'm a homebody anyways. So being home for me ain't no big thing.
Easy.
So, and when you got kids, man, you don't really got time to get bored because you can't just sit around and watch TV. So we've been playing with this kinetic sand stuff. It's like the sand that when you pick it up, it just kind of melts, but it doesn't stick to anything, and it doesn't get. I mean,
Where'd you get that from?
Aldi.
Aldi's got everything.
The Isle of Death, bro. I hate that aisle, but there are some things that come out of there dope. We got a dry erase ABCs and numbers book. where they could trace over the letters and stuff and just wipe that mug off.
Fire.
So we've been doing a whole bunch of stuff, man. Arts and crafts, setting up water park at the house, bro. We got a little inflatable pool with a little fountain and a little
Yeah.
that just holds water. We got like a little station. So doing that kind of stuff, walking outside. My wife and I today we're taking some headshots for my dude. There's so much going on.
I saw your Skype thing. That's why I laughed, because your headshot for your Skype thing. I was like, he was wearing that outfit today. He just took that picture. How did they get him there?
Yeah. We took so many pictures, dog. Well, here's the thing, right? So for me, so there's so much going on, bro.
Okay.
There's so much. Holy crap. So I think the last time we did an episode, I'm with this company called Merchant Links, doing sales.
Right.
Everything's popping off. Everything's great. I come back from training, Gucci. 2 days ago, I start working on my LinkedIn profile, and I'm like, I want to, I'm an independent contractor. I'm a sales rep for the company.
Right.
And so, they're not giving me leads. I have to find my own leads. I have to go door knocking, from business to business.
How?
And I'm like, cool, I'm fine with that. It is what it is. That's what I signed up for. I knew what I was getting myself into. I didn't know what I was getting myself into when I applied, but after I talked and interviewed and did all stuff, all right, cool. So be it. So I'm going on my LinkedIn, and I'm like, I can use LinkedIn as a way to get leads, right? So they have a sales navigator section, and it's been telling me reopen up your premium for free. So I'm like, why not? Let me get a free month and see what I can do with this thing and see if it works. And if it's worth me keeping, then I'll keep it. It's like $70 a month. And if $70 a month brings me one client a month, then so be it, right? So I'm fixing up my LinkedIn. I put in my business and what I am, and outside sales executive for Merchant Links. Next day, I get an email from another merchant company, and it's called Spot On. And they hit me up, and they're like, "Hey, you see that you were Merchant Links?" And and they start going into their spiel, their recruiter, and he catches my attention with, "We offer benefits, medical, dental, vision." I'm a 1099.
It's a grimy time.
I'm a 1099, and I don't have any benefits. I don't have anything. It's not a possibility. It's not going to happen because I work as a contractor for Merchant Link. So I'm like, I've only been with this company for 3 weeks. I'm a pretty loyal person in personality, but most companies are loyal to people in general, right? So I'm like, let me go ahead and
here's to that.
Right. So I'm like, let me go ahead and call this guy up. So I hit him up, and he starts telling me all this stuff, and I'm like, it blows me away. Like, so much more support. I'd be a W-2, so I'd be an employee, but I'd still be commissioned, which is fine with me. Except now I got support. They're like, we'll send you business cards. We'll send you brochures. We have Facebook profiles for, well, not Facebook profile, but we have a Facebook club for people who are sales reps that you guys can get advice from each other. I mean, like, just connection. I haven't talked to anybody that's a sales rep in this company, and I've been with them for 3 weeks. So, they're laying out all of this stuff that they have for us. How we're better than Square. Here's how you can position yourself against Square. Here's a brochure for how we're better than Square. So you can hand it to somebody and show them. Where this company right now, I can't even do that. I'm like, how do I position myself against Square? Oh, just Google it. That's what the dude told me, dog. So I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. So took a call today with their hiring manager, and he's telling me all this stuff. He's like, hey, you know what, man? I went from being in the field, now I'm a recruiter, and the person that would be your direct report, he was he was out in the field. Now he's a director of sales, so there's opportunities to move up in the company if you want that. Right. But as a sales rep, I can make 6 figures anyways. So I'm like,
telling me all the things I want to hear.
Telling me all this good stuff, right? So I'm like, oh, dang. So then they're like, we know that everybody's quarantined right now. A lot of places aren't able to go anywhere. A lot of people aren't able to go to businesses. So we'll set you up to make sure that you are able to be efficient and effective from home. I'm like, bro.
So you set up your LinkedIn, and shortly after, they just see you and swoop.
They swooped in, bro. And I'm like, bumping. I'm going with them, dog. So they sent me an offer letter and everything.
So how did you break it off with the other guys?
Haven't done it yet. I'm gonna send them an email. Dude, this is all happening in 2 days, bro.
Right,
2 days.
right.
But this is the new company is they're way more tech savvy. They're way more ahead of the curve. They have way more clients. I mean, they're just doing so much more. And they like a lot of companies talk, but I've seen their videos, like their stuff is well done. Their videos are well done. It's resources like these videos that they have on YouTube. I can sit with the person and say, hey, take a look at this. I can send them information. Like one of the best things about sales, you don't want to like waste information on people all the time. But if you ain't got no information to give them, you literally just have to go and sit and talk to people. And I'm like, that's cool, but there's a way more effective way to sell than just going in somebody's face and talking to them. They may not have time to talk to you. They may not want to talk to you. But if they start to see your
Take
business,
a look at this. Take a look at this stuff. When you get a chance, if you're interested, give me a call.
hey, and if not, I'll come back next week. But you've seen me already. Got some information. Hey, did you get a chance to take? It's talking points. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Hey, did you get a chance to look at the information I sent you? Oh no, you know what I did, man. But I'm free right now. Let's talk.
Right.
Whatever. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
so this company, dude, like, I'm already super excited to work with them.
I also
Honestly,
hear that it's nationwide. So if you wanted to, skedaddle, it's
big time. I was like, so if I were to move, let's say I were to move to Georgia, what would that look like? He's like, oh, we just change your address on your business cards and you keep doing business.
What? Oh my gosh, guys!
Yeah,
You're
bro.
probably wondering why that's so exciting news. So look, man. You know what, man? Let's just get into it, brother. Like we quarantine. There's not much we can do, anyways. Long story short, we are one way or the other after almost 4 years in this apartment, moving out in 5 weeks. Not something that we would have planned to happen the way that it's happening, but it's happening. And a lot of it is in part due to the fact that we have a landlord that's pretty whack, bro. Our landlord is whack,
to say the least.
To say the least, and that's putting it mildly. She's been here literally once the entire time we've lived here. Once.
Yeah, that's fine.
No, well, it's not fine when you have all the claims that you're making and you've never the problems that we're having. She's not here to fix it. She's sending us like the C-list team, the bench players to fix it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then she's making accusations and she's never been here with her own two eyes to see. And then the people that she's saying that she's using to base her accusations are then going back and saying, "Well, I didn't say that." This is like a hogwash, and so the evidence points in our favor. But even if right, the evidence points in our favor that we have not been negligent. We have paid this. Your negligence has cost us money or has been an issue in these areas, including health. What's the point? We stay here with a disgruntled landlord who's going to continue to play games. So we have to go. And what it's boiled down to, honestly, man, is and I guess this is the first time a large crowd is going to hear this. We're looking for apartments, right? We're looking for apartments. Remember, when I left my job, it was the flip of a coin, basing it on daily bread kind of thing, and I kind of want to approach it with that same faith because it's very easy to be faithless and unrighteous in these times. So ultimately, we've concluded that, look, if we don't get approved, if like doors close down here in the 5 weeks, we have no choice but to bounce to Georgia, because staying here would mean all sorts of things. The kids having to work. I mean, my wife having to work. The kids having to
work. Working now? Your kids got a job already?
Child labor laws. Dumb. Hey, man, it's a recession. Get it together.
Good job,
no, but Britt having to work, which means at Ananias will go somewhere completely different, and it just doesn't make sense. It really doesn't make sense. So Georgia's the option, and unfortunately, there's 2 reasons why leaving here would be so hard. It would be y'all, and it would be jiu-jitsu. Everything else is pretty easy to leave behind because I've moved a lot. But these are certain things that are like, wow, like need this kind of in my life. Now, jiu-jitsu, I can find a place up there at some point, but like certain relationships. How would Dads of the Dale continue? Well, like this.
We know now.
But the wink at the statement earlier is if If things look like the way they look, then we are moving to north. You know what I'm saying? You got
Right.
yourself a job. Yeah, y'all get it. So,
Yeah.
and for the rest, it just is what it is, man. Try but die. But that said, it's been an interesting few weeks, but I've been enjoying it since the last time we've done this. Tried to get Dom to do one episode and he enjoyed it, but then we didn't have enough questions, so it was kind of like I was shooting off the cuff. And then all of a sudden, like 2 days later, an influx of questions came in. I was like, 2 days too late.
Yeah, screw y'all.
Literally. Like, what was the point? So, yeah. But it's been good. We've been looking at apartments. And you know, we'll see what happens. It's because the chances of us getting an apartment, given income and all these things, one income, blah blah
Sure.
blah.
Y'all checked out some today, ain't it?
Yeah, we've been looking at a few, man. So we'll see what happens. And then also there's a part of me that's like, would it just be easier to go there? But then I'm like, also, regardless, it's just as hard because I don't know what to expect there. And then the jobs, then the situation.
Yeah.
Then honestly speaking, bro, like I told my father-in-law, like, I just straight up like, I straight up just, learn how to flip houses with you, make guap, and then I just want to make movies. Like, I don't care if I'm in industry. I just want to make movies, y'all. I just want to be an independent filmmaker. I just want to make movies.
What did he say about that?
He wasn't against it. He was like, man, we trying to show y'all how we can all create generational wealth. So it's like fire. But part of that is a tough decision because I'm like, I'm moving in with my father-in-law and them in Georgia until we get on our feet, and of course there's no pressure, but I'm like, but who knows, man. At this point, man, I just, like I said, it's one of the two, and so this is another flipping of the coin. Like, okay, the week before we have to be out, we're going to be packed one way or the other. What are we packing? To another apartment or on the truck?
Well, how are y'all basing this off this decision? Are y'all basing this decision financially? How it's going to affect y'all, not just long term but short term?
Okay, so here's the thing. If the way my ever gracious, loving, faithful, and righteous wife concluded, because we came to the same conclusion, but then like hers was just like one step more, and I didn't even know it until we talked about it the next day, because I thought we were on the same page, we weren't, and then she told me what she was thinking. I was like, oh, that okay. So essentially, it was, if by 5 weeks I don't have a job, for me it was okay. That's it. I'm gone. Like, I don't have a job. I'm gone. But for her, she was like, no, if at the end of the 5 weeks we still get an apartment but no job, then we continue to live off of daily bread here. Like, it's okay. We just go. So that was her ending. Whereas mine was, okay, if we get an apartment, no job, we still gone. But this one, it's like, okay, based on your income, the chances of us getting an apartment, who knows? Who knows what it is? So it's not left to us. It's just left to, we're gonna try. We're gonna cast seeds, and if we get something, then okay, we get an apartment. Then I mean, it's meant to stay, and we'll grind, and we'll do what we need to do, as I've been doing before. That tells me that keep digging, I guess. Keep digging in Florida. Whereas if not even an apartment, then it's like, so that's kind of how we're thinking about it right now. It's one of the two.
Sure.
And so, but for me, I legit just didn't trust myself making the decision, bro. I feel like I just needed a leap of faith and to be like, okay, these are the ultimate conclusions. Which one is it going to be?
Sure. That's tough.
Yeah, it is tough, man. It's whack. It's tough. It's challenging. It's convicting. It's a bunch of things, bro. But
C'est la vie.
C'est la vie, man. And so then all that with then, this lockdown, and what are we going to do? And is it wise to, okay, so then you have to drive in the car. So dang, we're moving with them. It's just going to be, it's so much of what I wish we didn't have to deal with, because if we would have had a dope landlord, it would have been like, all right, and here we are renewing our lease again until we know, so, because the other thing that's going to be hard about leaving here, if we go somewhere else here, anywhere in general, is the people here, man. The people make this block fire, dude. Like,
sure,
we out on the balconies, like, knowing everybody, being on the grass. Hey, I can literally be in 3 conversations because people passing, and like, and that's not excluding like the 4 or 5 like what's ups in the background. Like, that's kind of what these 4 years have become for us in this neighborhood, knowing people. So it's been interesting, dude. And then staying home, which, like you, I'm not really. It's not that I'm not taking it serious. I'm just, I don't know, dog. Like I kind of am enjoying that I'm in the. It sounds so bad, but like maybe I'm one of the few. I'm enjoying the rest. I'm enjoying the sabbatical, and then I'm also like, if the world is ending, cool.
Sure, sure. Well,
I,
I mean, people are making those posts on Instagram, where it's like, um, how many places, we're in a place where for some people who can work from home can still work from home. Like you, I mean, you're going to be able to continue to teach.
oh, and
Me in
that
my
was something
position.
else that I forgot to add. But go ahead.
Well, yeah, I mean, for me now, in my position, I'm still able to work from home, work from a computer, which is lit, dude. I mean, that's dope, right? Not everybody can do that because some people have been laid off, some people don't got no jobs.
Or some people's
But
jobs are very essential.
right, so but we're still in the place where it's like, dog, we're getting like there's so many memes like how my grandfather saved the world, and it's like him holding the gun, and how I'm saving the world sitting in my bed in
On
my
the
drawers,
couch.
So it's like, right. So it's like, I mean, it's
I
different,
don't even consider us saving the world, to be honest with you, man.
No,
Honestly
but
speaking, bro.
I think the fact that we're staying home, we're being considerate of the people who are prone to getting the disease and
Mhm.
it affecting them in a different way. You know what I mean? Like that for us, that's where it hit us first was dad got COPD. He's 75. Those are
Sure.
the people that are getting hit. The respiratory issues and
Sure.
stuff like that. So we need to be more considerate because it's not. Oh, if I catch it, all right, I'm cool. I was
Right.
talking to a friend today who was saying that there was like a 31-year-old lady in St. Louis who caught it and died. But the majority of the people who are getting
The
hit
other
with it
thing that they're
and dying
saying,
are older.
the other thing they're saying that I read that I thought was interesting was you can have cancer, and because of your cancer, when the coronavirus hits you, you're dead. They'll blame it on coronavirus, not the fact that cancer was the prevalent thing, and replace cancer with anything that was hurting you. The minute you get this, it's the tip, and they're like, we're gonna blame it on this. It's like, how do we know? Now, again, I'm not negating the potency of this. Part of me is just thinking like, what did you guys think was gonna happen? Like legit, like I'm just looking at the ones and zeros. What did you think was gonna happen? Living
Mhm.
the way we've been living, uh, with this humanity, greed, and this insatiable appetite to take, and like, what did you think was gonna happen? So like, I guess I'm not surprised or sad. I mean, look, my mother-in-law has it. She's doing well by God's grace, man. Like, and I don't wish anybody to die, but like at the end of the day, like it's yo, like what did you think was gonna happen? Like this is a wake up call for people to one, just not be nasty and wash your hands in general, but two,
Oh,
just
shoot.
like balance, bro. Like the way, like
Stop talking
this,
in people's face.
right? It's I don't know, man. I still don't know if maybe I've landed on the fact that I'm apathetic. I don't think I'm apathetic. I think I'm just like, all right, like this is happening. And at this point, like, am I even surprised given the precedent of stuff that's just been happening in general? It's just
Sure.
like
Well, I think
it's
it just depends. It depends on how it affects you, dog. I think I was
mm,
watching an IG video of one of the NBA players. His mom got it, and she's
mm,
been put in a medically induced coma. You know what I mean? Like
right,
she's
right.
affected by it big time. So I mean, there's people out there that's really getting hit with it.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? But
And I don't want to
for
seem
us,
insensitive to it. I don't want to
right.
seem insensitive
But
to it.
but that's where us staying home is us really helping shorten the curve of whatever the curve is.
Sure.
Spiking. I mean, right now America is number one in the cases because I'm checking them numbers. So right, China was number one. I think Spain was on under them, and then us. I think now we're number one with the amount of cases. And I mean, New York has got like 37, almost 40,000 cases, and all of them jokers keep coming to Florida, bro. That's why they put that one. I don't know why it took so long for them to put a lockdown on Broward County alone, but
Especially knowing people come here for spring break.
spring break tourism, period. Anybody comes down here, man. So it's like, out of all the cases in Florida, Miami and Fort Lauderdale, this is not an accurate statistic as far as percentage, but we make up the majority of the state in cases, right? So the last time I checked, there was like 1,400 cases. It's more than that now, but when I checked it, there was 1,400 cases. Miami and Broward alone had 900 of those 1,400.
Mm.
So we got all the cases of people catching it, but so that's why there's not a statewide shutdown. You know what I'm saying? Which makes sense, but we should have been shut down because now we turned into a hotspot, not just with the spring breakers, but with the old people and
And yet the
like
funny thing
what's
is
some word? What's the word for those people? Old people,
the elderly.
snowbirds. Snowbirds.
Oh, them. The ones that are on my golf course, like every day. Aren't y'all supposed to be home?
Right. Oh, they
I
say
mean,
groups of 10,
honestly, I
right? So
think the
groups of
chances
4,
of it
we're
that
okay.
it's spreading now, I think the way that it's spreading now will be due, honestly, number one, and this is conjecture, but I mean, just thinking of it logically, grocery stores.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to get it one way or the other. Stay home
The
until it's
essential
time
places.
to eat.
That's
Like
it.
one scientist is saying, or one person was saying, and I forget what it was. I wish I can pull it up so I can quote it. But essentially, I heard on the radio, I believe, like this is one of those viruses that everybody's going to have to catch for it to be normalized. And in my mind, I was like, that sounds like a mandated vaccine.
Mm-hmm.
Not to be, I don't know. The
Conspiracy
whole
theory.
thing to me just seems so odd, and it's crazy. And I'm like, and then yet the other part of me is like, of course, we've got a worldwide virus right now, and of course, a few years ago, Bill Gates warned us and said, an epidemic would like at this point, I'm literally taking it day by day. It's insane to me. So I'm here. I don't go nowhere really, unless I'm looking at apartments because I have to.
Right.
Or like my job now, they're like, come in Monday so we can have a meeting, teachers meeting. I'm like, oh, I don't know. And this is before the Broward State shut down. And then I was like, and then I asked, like, are we working? I asked, are we going to have the meeting? And then, from there, work from home? They're like, we don't know yet. I'm like, so we're working from school? We haven't made any decisions. I'm like, just so you know, like, my computer at home is way faster. One and two, like it makes no sense for me to go to the school to teach and be done by 1. Like this, and like
Sure.
this doesn't make any sense.
I'm like, it doesn't make sense to go there to have a meeting when you can do it like this
On Zoom.
You got some old people at your school, that's all. But they got kids. Some young jokers can handle it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Tell Miss Pat and Mr. G to get their Zoom game up.
You feel me? They got Mr. G and Miss Pat to help the parents. So they should. I'm gonna suggest that. We'll see.
Man. Yeah, y'all shouldn't be. I don't need to do all that. All that driving just to go sit down and have a meeting at the school
and then leave.
You can
like
literally
it don't
have a
make no
phone
sense.
call. Yeah.
Oh, last Friday we had to do one because Monday we went to school before it was officially closed, and then Friday we had to have a meeting. Although we would have been quarantined earlier. Mr. G and I played 2-ball. We played 10 games. Can you guess how many was mine and how many was his?
You look like you took all 10 of them, Joe.
Let's try. I think it was 8 of 10 or 7 of 10. One of them.
I'm impressed that he beat you a couple times.
Well, I got 6 in a row. He stopped me at 7. He stopped me at 8. He stopped me twice, and then I got the. Did he stop me twice or 3 times? I don't know. But then, either way, played about 10 games.
Come on, Mr. G.O. I'm going to get you, Mr. G.O. Mr. Thompson. That dude cracked
Not
me
Mr.
up,
Thompson,
man.
Mr. G.
Oh, Mr. G, bro. I don't know why in my head I was thinking Mr. Thompson.
No, Mr. Thompson, dog. I don't think he would get me in shooting, but when we were balling, he can ball.
For real?
Yo, he had us all in 21. We were like, how the heck did you win 4 games in a row in 21? Mr. G there included.
Mr. Thompson. I don't know why I thought that. My bad. Wrong name.
No, Mr. G.
Oh, that's funny, bro. These chips are so good. Is my crunching loud? Because I don't really care about.
I don't know, bro. Like, does it matter? Like, it's hard to do a proper podcast now. So join in, y'all. Just listen.
Right. Just listen, enjoy.
Just
the
watch
crunch.
us suck our fingers and
get you some own crunch. Get your own crunch.
Drink out of our chalices.
Bro, this sangria from Aldi is delicious.
Is that the one with the fruits all over it?
With the what?
With the fruits all over the bottle?
Nah. It's got some gold design. It's got a red top. And it's a tall, kind of skinny bottle. But it's pretty fire right now.
Okay.
With some ice in it, I might get some more. But anyway, what else we talking about, bro? What's up in the movie world, bro?
Yo, okay. So,
This is literally how we do it. This is literally how he does it.
We're not changing that.
He literally does like that every time. Movie.
And if we can get for the video in the future transitions of like an animated version of me going the best, hands down. Right. So you know how for you were like, oh, the NBA got shut down. This is serious. It took a week and then some change later for me to see the headline, Marvel Studios has officially closed doors, for me to be like, oh, this is serious.
Yeah, boy.
I was like, Marvel's closing on the studios? This is serious.
Yeah, boy.
It took me that long to finally
Everybody,
be like, okay. Guys,
everybody
I'm
got
not
their
Marvel
break point.
show. Marvel doesn't pay me. I'm just a huge fan. As a matter of fact, growing up, I like DC more. But their movies, bro, you can't argue. Marvel just got the banging movies. I saw Iron Man for the first time the other night. Pretty good. It was good to go back and watch that.
Mm-hmm.
Disney Plus is missing a handful, but more than just the two that you said. But good movies.
What are you talking about? Which ones they missing?
Infinity War,
Right.
Far From Home. I mean, Homecoming.
Both of them.
I'd have to pull up the app now, but the app is on my phone. But there was a couple that I was like, "Where's this?" Oh, Hulk, because that's Universal. Remember they shared that with Universal.
I never watched it when I went through the series.
Right, and there's a couple. Ant-Man 2 is not there. Ant-Man 2 is not on there. Ant-Man 1 is.
You're right. It's still on there.
There's a handful missing. So when you said you caught up, I'm like, you've also missed a few. But that's okay. But it was good to watch it. But anyway, so in the movie world, when I saw that, I was like, oh, this is happening, man.
Right.
Black Widow is, I think, being pushed to potentially being to digital release, which is odd to me. I just found out today that a lot of the pre-production work for post-production work for Eternals, and this is not just Marvel news because I haven't really listened to other movie news, but this is like the only studio that I'm here talking about their productions. Mm-hmm. Eternals post-production, like the CGI, everybody's still working from home doing it, and so the CGI is still being done, and the pre-production work for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness is actually still happening. But outside of that, the studios are shut down and everybody's closed, and so a few other movies in general, I think, are going straight to VOD or digital demand, like digital platforms. I think another one.
They're gonna make money off of those.
I don't know how they would. Honestly, there's probably a way, but I don't know how they would, especially if it's Disney and its streaming service. Like, for example, April 3rd, Onward is coming to Disney Plus. Watch that movie, bro.
Is it really?
Yeah, bro. It's
nice.
going. Yeah, like there's a handful of movies, bro. So
it's like 4 or 5 days from now.
Yeah. I saw Frozen 2 finally.
Into the end. No!
It was definitely better than Frozen 1. And although it was very enjoyable, although I pretty much called about 50% to 75% of what was going to happen. I was like, oh, spoiler alert, because Frozen has been out. Oh, it's her calling herself. It's this. A few things I got on or off. The bridge, like the dam, I called that. But I saw Moana, something that your sister-in-law posted on Instagram with Moana, and she hears a, oh, it's slower. It's the same thing. It's the same calling that Elsa gets. It's the same calling.
Ocean. Interesting.
Yo, so dope. Anyways, so yeah, there's really not a lot going on in movie news because
ain't a lot going on anywhere.
But here's the cool thing. This entire shutdown of things, with the exception of things that are important, has showed us that the movie industry, as it stands, is hollow, right? Like that stuff shuts down. Like we get no work. The entertainment industry,
right?
Like we can't make anything, except for the true creatives who are still going to probably try to create. But the industry itself, if it can't make money because it can't do nothing or it doesn't want to put their team in danger, it shuts down. Like it's not pivotal. It doesn't need to stay open. And yet, during this entire quarantine, people are entertaining themselves with movies and books galore. So it shows the importance of true creativity and not just the machine of the industry, which I think it was an interesting like juxtaposition.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as movie news, man, that's pretty much all I got. I'm trying to like catch up on movies, and every time I say I'm going to stay up to like and watch movies, I end up just going on YouTube and watching theories of other things.
Yeah, I keep doing that too. I be wanting to like watch Game of Thrones, and then I end up wanting to record a podcast. Dude, yesterday we wanted to go to bed early last night, bro. Last night, my wife and I were like, because we've been staying till like 2:00 in the morning, bro.
Really?
I'm like, I want some me time. 2:00, 3:00 watching movies,
Really?
Game of Thrones.
Dig it.
I'm like, I want my me time. I want my me time. But we were like, man, we need to start going to bed early because when I wake up, I'm already a grouch in the morning when I wake up.
Naturally.
Because my kids, just wake up at 6:30, 7:00. They up. It's over. So no matter what time I go to bed, they gonna be up in my room. So I'm gonna be a grouch. So we were like, you know what? They deserve to have the best of us, So let's get some good sleep. Go to bed at 10:30, 11:00. Lay down last night, bro. Everything was good, man. Couldn't fall asleep for one. Took some melatonin. My son wasn't asleep. He took a nap the day before, and he just would not sleep. I don't know if he slept. Honestly, I don't know if he slept more than 3 hours last night, to be honest with you.
Wow.
For real. I mean, almost every hour he was waking me up, and I was about to lose it on him. He was about to put the pause on him. But so
I was about to put the pause
on. Put the pause on him. If y'all ain't never seen Real Husbands of Hollywood, y'all need to go watch that show. Hilarious. Kevin Hart is hilarious in that show.
He is.
And all the people are hilarious in that.
Yeah.
So
it's probably Nick Cannon's best work.
Awkward. Anyways, so at like 4:45, he came in, bro. Wiggled my toes to wake me up, bro. I woke up like this, and I looked, and I was like, I was so mad because I was having a dream. I was having a dream that I lost it on him, dog. Like I legit. So when I woke up, I was like, bro, he's wiggling my toes, dog. And it's dark. I can't see him.
As you're having a dream that you're losing it on him,
dude. So I sit up and I can't see him, and I'm like, Matthias, what is it? He's like, girl's crying, daddy. So I go into the room. She's moving around. She's still kind of asleep. So I roll her back over, put her back on her pillow, cover her up. And I turn around. I'm like, just go to sleep, dog. Bro, so I come back in the
screaming pillow.
So I come back to the room. Samara's like, maybe you should go downstairs and sleep. So I was like, all right, fine.
On the couch.
Oh man, bro. So I did. She put me out on the couch, dog. So I fell asleep on the couch. I fell asleep. I was on the couch. I woke up at like 8:30, 9:00. And we got our day going. So we didn't put him to sleep today. I was like, you ain't getting no nap today.
Run you into the ground.
At like 5:00 today, he was looking at us like this. He was like, I'm sick, daddy. I was like, boy, you ain't sick, you tired. So Samira took him up to go try to put him down for a nap. 5 minutes later, hey, daddy, I'm awake now. I feel better now. I'm like, I was like, all right. All right. So I ain't let it, but I was like, bro, as soon as 8:00 come, I'm coming upstairs, y'all going to sleep. So I put him down like 8:30. Amara took a late nap, so she was going on for a while. But I think she's gone now. But man, bro, I'm telling you.
Yeah, right before we started the podcast, Dom was right when he heard your voice, he was like, he got up to pretend like he was gonna do something. He was like, you heard him, he was like, I want to give mommy a hug and kiss. And to be fair, he was waiting on her, but she fell asleep, so he went in and got it. But then afterwards, when you were right before we were setting up, and they were like, hold on, let me get whatever I need to get, and I was like, yeah, let me grab some stuff. Right as I'm finally coming back to sit down here, Daddy, I'm like, obviously I didn't say that. I was like, what? And he was like, what did he say? He was like,
What do you want? What do you want?
what do you want? What do you want? What do you want? What is notebook?
Right. What do you want?
What did he say to me? I forgot what he said. He said, I think he was like, it had nothing to do with anything. And then he was like, all right, sweet dreams. He hit me with that, and I was like, boom. This is why the video works, because people can see what we talk about.
Y'all finally get to see it.
Oh,
man, bro.
So yeah, man. And then anyways, so sleep has been on and off for me. I mean, I've been getting some decent sleep. I've been sleeping in. But I think as we approach Monday, I am just thinking, how the heck are we gonna do this school? That's the only thing I'm at peace with everything except like the anxiety that I'm having from trying to figure out like how am I gonna turn what is normally a hands-on lesson or something that I can talk about to something at home. And now you want me to come with my lesson plan for each week. Like I'm sending these cats to Khan Academy. The younger ones are going to watch the Magic School Bus. Like straight up. Like I don't like this is so for me. And then they gave me second and third. I'm like, why would you do that? Like, why would you give me a grade I've never taught? Like, they're watching the Magic School Bus and Sid the Science Kid. And 5 things that you learn from the show. I don't care. 3. Like,
what'd you learn? One thing.
What are we doing, man? So,
yeah, them 2 and 3 year olds or second, third grade kids need to go play. Call
go play. Let them play.
What's their parents doing? Their parents working and stuff?
We don't know. I don't know. I legit don't know. You know what suck? I'm just going to say this for the podcast. So when people are like, what video? If this video was too long to save.
I know. Dang. It might be.
And they're like, the whole time you were talking about a video. Yeah. Whoops.
we should wrap it up, man.
No.
Oh,
in faith, we take our steps.
Well, it should be fine. I have to send it through email, right? No, it saves in the thing. You can save it,
and I can save it and then airdrop it to my hard drive. Wait, how would I do that? Because I'd have to save it to my phone. That'd be massive. We'll figure it out, huh?
Y'all jokers. All right, excuse me. I'm gonna transition into the sports world.
Sports. Jordan takes a three.
Oh,
Ray Allen. Oh, Mike's shoe come off. What was his last name?
Who?
The guy whose shoe came off in the Heat. Mike.
Oh, come on, man. You know the dude. Mike Miller.
Miller's shoe comes off.
Oh,
he
God.
shoots a three without that shoe.
Bruh. So ain't nothing going on in the NBA. Today was the first day. Hold on. There's massive going on in sports in general. In football, it's crazy. Tom Brady going to the Bucks.
Didn't last week we say just retire? Let's settle on that real quick because we know nothing's going on in the NBA. Dude, what's happening with Brady, dog? What's happening?
My dog. So here's the thing, dude. I read a story on Instagram, and they were saying that he had been planning this for like 2 years, since like 2017. So in like 2017, Coach Belichick, they were trying to trade off their other 2 guys, right? So they had Tom Brady, Jacoby Brissett, and homeboy that plays for the 49ers, Garoppolo. One of those, I think Garoppolo. Anyway, so they had those 3, right? And Garoppolo ended up going to San Francisco, and they went to the Super Bowl. Jacoby Brissett went to the Colts, took over for Andrew Luck. So he's really good. I mean, he's a great quarterback that they have. But at the time, at 2017, when they had them all, they were trying to get rid of, so that they can shrink up the depth chart. Coach was ready to get rid of Tom Brady, dog.
Already?
He was ready to get rid of Tom Brady. So it's not even already. So he had him since like 2000, right? So it's already 17, 18 years he's been playing with him. And he's like, but Belichick, he's got a track record of everybody's expendable, man. Like, we don't need you. You can fit
Really?
into our system. Nobody ever thought that would be Brady. So when Brady found out about that, he was like, oh, yeah. I think they went to 2 more Super Bowls after that. But Brady was just like, I think he'd been ready to leave anyway. Once
Wait a
he
minute.
knew
So
that.
Brady finds out, right? I don't know. So tell me if I've got this correctly. This is the
Finds out.
news. He finds out and says, "I'm gonna give you 2 more Super Bowls, and then I'm going somewhere else."
No, I'm gonna keep playing until an opportunity comes up for me to bounce.
Wow. And
Ended up
then
winning
in
the Super Bowl.
that, get 2 more Super Bowls.
I don't
Did
know
he
if they
win
won
those
both of
2?
them. I think they won one of them. Right? Did they win a couple years ago? I don't remember. Either way, yeah, they did. When they played against the Falcons, and they came
Yes.
back from 28-3
Yes.
and came back and won. That
And
was
that
the
that
year after.
yeah, when they didn't stop the run on the what was it? The goal line.
That was Seahawks.
So, right.
That was
Right.
Seahawks. The Falcons was when they were down like 28-3
Right. The
and
Falcons
came back and
had
smashed.
that one.
Friggin' Atlanta. Anyway, so yeah, so he's like, so this was like, it was coming. It was coming. So
Wow.
that's that. Bunch of quarterbacks getting released. Cam Newton plays for the Panthers, released. Jameis Winston, who was Tampa's quarterback, released. 2 black quarterbacks too. I'm like, okay, I see you, NFL. You over here messing up. One player from the XFL, which is the other football league that just started up again, just got signed to. Who did he get signed to? I don't know, but he just signed to an NFL team, which is dope because now that's a good cause for the XFL to say, hey, you can't make it to the NFL right now, come play with us.
Until
We'll
you
get
get
you
your
there.
squad, until you get your XP up. What
Yeah.
what do you think is the damage that's going to be done by Brady in the league at the Bucks, Tampa Bay Buccaneers? You think he's
They
going to
got
get
some
a?
pretty
You think
good.
he's going to get a ring?
I don't know. He's got some pretty good receivers. This will be I can't say it's going to be a good test because people used to say back in the day that Tom Brady could only work under Belichick's system. If he was on a different team, he probably wouldn't be as great.
No, but it's Brady. I mean, it's Brady. We realize that Belichick. Well, let me
So
not
that's what
speak
I'm
because I
saying.
don't know
That's
enough.
why I
But
say
Brady.
that's why I'm saying it can't be a good test because he's 42 now. So he's still good, still a great quarterback, still elite, but he's 42. So it's like if this was 7 years ago when he was like top of the league quarterback and he left, then it would be like, okay, now let's see if Tom Brady really as tight as he is with the Patriots. But now it's like, well,
But what would that say about Brady? We know what that would say. This is a stupid rhetorical question. If he still wins the Super Bowl with the Bucks. Okay, so over
he's
under.
already ready to go. He's ready to go,
Sure.
right?
He's
If he
past
wins,
Elway, everybody. Like he's
anyway, Joe Montana, everybody.
right. So over under. You remember how over under works?
Más o menos.
Over under 35%. He wins another Super Bowl.
Under. I'm saying under. I don't think they're gonna win the Super Bowl.
Wow.
But here's the thing, right? They got decent receivers, but
So if I said over under 50, you would still say under.
yeah, because they got a good receiving core, but time will tell, right? This is gonna be his first year with them. He's gonna have to learn their system, learn how things work. He may implement some of his own ways. And that's not including their defense. I mean, we haven't heard
Right.
anything
So,
about Tampa
so
Bay
here's my
in
question.
years.
How much then, you know sports better than me, how much of an influence do you think they'll give him? And then secondly, do you think he'll go there spilling secrets like, okay, this is what they like to do? And does this make Belichick have to tighten up his own thing? Yeah, a lot of that? Yeah?
Heck
think so?
yeah. Are you kidding me? So how'd you guys run? Now, they don't play the Patriots that much. You know what I mean? They're not in the same division. Now if
But they
let's say he
can.
would have came, let's say he would have gone to the Jets or the Dolphins or the Bills. Now that's a different story, right? Because
Why
they're in
didn't
the
he go to
same.
the Dolphins? Why the Bucks? All the Florida teams? Why the Bucks?
I think
Like
they
he
had
would
the
have been the thing to
opportunity
make the
for.
Dolphins great again.
Yeah. Well, we may get
Possibly.
a good quarterback in the draft. So we'll see.
Touche. A young
We
one that
also
we can ride out for a while.
and he's black. or mixed or something, or Hawaiian or something like that. So
Right.
it'll be lit. So yeah, man. So I'm like, I think he'll make an impact on the squad. I think he'll definitely have a lot of influence. I saw another post saying, one of the things that Tom Brady did when he first got signed was he asked for all his teammates' numbers. Like he wants to get
So
to know the guy.
he's involved.
He's a player's player. You know what I mean? He's one of those guys where dudes love him. I can see the time on my thing, and we had 50 minutes.
No. That's fine.
Great.
That's fine. I don't mind it. Yeah.
My
Okay.
throat is phlegmed up from all that laughing.
Where they got to go? We on shutdown, bro. They want
Right.
something to listen to or watch.
Yeah, but I got a Game of Thrones episode to watch. Game of Thrones episode. To watch some TV. We already don't get enough sleep as it is. Pause.
For those listening, that's a long, awkward pause.
Yeah,
right? Because now we got to forget that all the long pauses we do because people are watching. Also, it's going to be so odd with the listening. So
it's going to be so great. It's going to be perfect. Now it's like I feel like I wonder if this is going to become like the normal. You know what I mean? Like obviously
to the
we're not
point
going
where
to
we
be doing
stop doing the podcast and people just start watching the videos.
Just start watching the show, bro. Like
we'll see, man. We'll see, man. We'll see what the people like, man. What do the people want?
That'd be dope, though, dog. Like I feel like that's I don't know.
Evolution. We've evolved.
We've evolved, bro. I got my GoPro still sitting in the thing, man. But I'm like,
but this is good. This is
dope.
good until it evolves into something else. I mean, and it's
I'm
probably
like, I wonder if there's like a microphone that I can plug into my phone. You know what I mean, or that we can both have. I'm sure there's equipment that we can have.
There's stuff, bro. There's
directly to us. Yeah,
there's totally stuff, bro.
I feel like from the women.
I feel like the podcast works for those who are like on the go and they just want to listen. Yeah. And the people who are just like, yeah, I'll sit down. I got nothing to do. I'll watch y'all. The fact that y'all sit down and watch us talk is so dope to me. Like, or like, it's still kind of crazy because it's like, welcome to our conversations. Like, welcome to the world of. And you should see us more on set when we're on set together. It's a whole other.
Sitting all close to each other and stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, this is pretty much the same thing. Mm-hmm. It's a big old water bottle.
This thing is huge, bro. 40 ounce.
Yeah, I don't know what mine is.
Oh man. Oh man.
Yeah. So I feel like we should do more of these often now that we found a new medium. Mm-hmm. And we don't got much to do. We can probably even drop. I don't know if this is too much, but like 2 a week.
That's too much.
Is it?
That's too much. My dog feel like we going in, boy. This gonna be a daily episode.
We gonna do this.
If we drop 2 a week, I'm going to 30 to 40 minutes.
You know what? No. Listen, if we go to like 2 or every other day, then yeah, we're going to 30 minutes because we have more to talk about throughout the week. We don't need to stay so long. That's for sure. That makes sense.
But now this takes away the excuse of I'm going out of town. We can't meet up. You know what I mean? Like we got, as long as we got good internet connection,
that's it. We got, and then as long as we got good internet connection and well, you got T-Mobile, so it don't really matter. You don't need data.
Nope. But I'm always on Wi-Fi wherever I go. So always. Because like having unlimited data is dope. Like if I'm driving and I'm listening to something that needs to be downloaded, or if I have a bunch of stuff that I listen to. But other than that, if I'm in a place that has Wi-Fi, I'm connected to. Because it's just
I usually jump off if it gets slow. If it gets slow, I'm like, well, data.
Right. And in T-Mobile, you got Wi-Fi calling too. So it's like now you're making your phone calls over Wi-Fi, which usually gives you a better connection, especially if you're at your house. It's almost like having check your phone, bro. Check your phone, bro. You should have a Wi-Fi calling option, man, and you can see it if you use like my phone. My phone says Wi-Fi calling on it, and you should be able to turn it on an iPhone because when I had an iPhone, I had that option too. So how that works is now that you got your router is your tower, so it's almost like you got your own tower, and ain't nobody on your internet connection but you. Do you feel me?
Blown.
Do you feel me? T-Mobile's tight, man. They got it going on.
Yeah. I wonder when more people.
They just gave us 20 gigs of mobile hotspot for the breakdown, for the outbreak.
Oh,
Everybody for the breakdown.
But no, I was gonna say, I wonder how much of it is gonna stay the same and how much of it's gonna change when more people get wise to the act.
What do you mean?
Supply and demand. Well, if more people are like, well, I'm leaving my carrier to go to yours because you offer all this, supply and demand, after some point, so many people want it, they're going to be able to jack up prices and do all sorts of crazy things. Like, who knows? We'll see. But maybe we'll be grandfathered in. Maybe not.
I don't know. It's weird. It'll be interesting to see if T-Mobile overtakes Verizon. You know what I mean? It's like,
Right, because Verizon is like the big kid on the block right now.
yeah, they've been charging so much money to everybody. They know people know if you pay for Verizon, you know, like you paying for what you get. So
That's true. That's true. When I had
definitely.
Verizon, I was paying for everything that I was like, yeah, like impeccable service.
Yeah. Yeah, here's what it is. I like T-Mobile. Our CEO's fun.
It's true.
He's a fun guy. I'm a fun guy. All
I
right.
miss doing jiu-jitsu, man. I've been working out every day. But I miss doing jiu-jitsu.
Tired of seeing everybody's workout videos.
You know what, man? Usually I get tired, but now I'm like, nobody ain't got nothing to do. Okay, cool. But like on a regular day basis, I'm like, what do I need to see your workout videos for? Like I don't care. Like you really thought I cared about your workout videos.
Right.
Like you think we care, we don't. But now it's like everybody's bored. You ain't got nothing to do. Well, go make videos, and if you do make a video, well,
it's nice to know that people ain't sitting around getting fat off all their snacks. I mean, I'm snacking like crazy, but I'm like,
honestly, bro,
I'm
like,
not eating as much because I'm here.
I've been at it every day working out, and except one day I took a break, and I feel it. It feels good. Mm-hmm. But I'm also not eating as much unless I'm working out, like or unless I'm really doing a lot of crazy. Like I'm not eating as much, so I'm not.
Yeah.
I have a big breakfast, and then I'm like, why am I not? I should be eating for lunch, but I'm like, yo, breakfast is holding me over because I'm not really doing much unless I'm out front working out. So, so it kind of pans out. It kind of works itself out.
It works out. I
like this, man. I was sitting outside, chilling with the kids, and I was like, this really puts into perspective like how dope life would be if this was just life like this.
Sure. Dude, I mean, I've been having so many video calls that at first I was just like, oh, video calls are so trash. But I'm like, it's starting to become normal for me. Like my interview today was on a video call. It ended shortly because his internet was trash. But, you know, like he was like, I'm in my girlfriend's house. I was like, oh my gosh. These people are so young, man. Like the guy that recruited me is super old. But the guy that was he's the hiring manager. I think he just graduated from college like 3 or 4 years ago. I'm like, this dude is a kid. It's great. I love it. I love how young the company is, man. I'm like, everybody that I work with now, a bunch of old heads, dog. Bunch of old heads, man. All the sales reps, old boys, man. And then there's some old people in this company, but this company is just progressive. But it's just cool, you know. Even with our community group having the prayer time, that was dope. You know, having this, you know, being able to do this and seeing it. And so it's just cool to be able to have all these video conversations. And I feel like it's forcing us, like Samira was talking to her cousin a while ago in Georgia. You know what I mean? It's like, we don't really sit around and have time to do that kind of stuff on a regular.
Forcing us to have conversations with certain people or forcing you to really enjoy the people at your house, having dinner with them, which was something that we were aiming to do. But it's like now it's dope doing it.
You got no choice, man. So it's lit. We already have dinner every night anyways. So
right.
Different for us, you know what I mean? But it's
right.
But the video conferences, the video calls, and the phone calls for meetings, all these meetings that I've been having on the phone. I'm like, man, it's kind of cool to be able to do this and like it be normal and not have to see people face to face. Like, I don't mind it. I don't mind seeing people face to face. But the fact that we can just do this, I'm like, this is fine too.
Yeah, man.
I'm at home. I can stay in my comfortable clothes.
Sometimes me as a storyteller, I'm just like, this is it, man. This is the prerequisites before like civilization becomes uber sterilized, uber utopian, not utopian, but rather dystopian, uber isolated, and this is it. This is but that's the storyteller in me, and that's also me trying to be like, come on, be positive. But then the other part of me is like,
right. What is
what is?
Hopefully nobody turns into no White Walkers or Walkers.
Got swords, bro. I'm ready to go, bro. You see
I
my
ain't got nothing.
ready. I'm ready to go, man.
I want a baseball bat and some nails like Negan. That's what I want. I'll smash this sucker in the face.
Bro, I would be like Michonne, bro. Like, if I didn't have a squad of people to roam with, I'd be by myself in the woods with my swords, chopping people up, bro.
With walkers hanging off it all. Ugh,
Yeah,
so
jaws gone and everything, bro.
ooh, ooh, ooh. Wow.
Chop off
Word.
the arms. Yep.
That's a good way to go, man. Where they find you at, bro?
You can find me on GEEOH8 GO8 on Instagram.
You should put that up on the thing now. When we do it, you should put it up on the
In the
screen.
future, I will. Maybe I
Too
will.
much,
You know
right?
what? That
Too
might
much.
not be.
Too
That
much.
might be easy. Well,
Too
yeah.
much. This is gonna be one of those things like, yeah, transition. We gonna do the podcast, but watch the video. You can
Watch the
find me
video.
at Bearded Black Dad. Bearded Black Dad
Boom.
on IG. One word.
Yeah,
Dad's of the
all
Dale
one
on IG. Dad of the Dale at Gmail.
Dale Dads, first name Dale, last name Dads on Facebook. I think we can put this up on Facebook. People will watch it. Put this up on. I don't know if Instagram will do a long enough movie for this. We can do snippets. But I feel like this is gonna be this is gonna evolve. I'm very excited to see how this
I'm
video
so hyped.
for the people is gonna evolve because I didn't think this would be our first way to do videos, but hey, they wanted videos, they got videos. We had no choice to do it this way because
So
not
be it.
there.
Right. Word. Anyways, it's your boy Matt.
It's your boy Gio,
And
we
we
the
the dads of the Dale. Oh,
Woo, 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 woo.
Tonight's